to start with State Representative Jesse Grismore, who is here for Rick Santorum campaign. I don't think it was either one of you first, but we'll put the next one.
Maybe I'll stay clear of that. Thank you, Linda. It's great to be with you here tonight, and great to be back in Carroll County in Carrollton. My family and I, for a few years, just lived down Highway 23 in Alma, so this area is kind of home to us, and always great to come back. And it's a real privilege for me to have the opportunity to share with you on behalf of my friend Rick Santorum. As many of you know, Rick has shot from the bottom of the rung, 1 or 2% of the polls, all the way to a national lead, is leading in most of the states that are coming up on Super Tuesday. We're neck and neck in Michigan as well, and we're really excited about his campaign. And I believe that this Santorum surge is a groundswell of grassroots support that has really found its place in believing in a person that is a consistent and strong conservative, and has been throughout his whole career. And Rick and I have a lot in common. We both have large families. We both have lost a child in infancy, and we have both had a child with special needs. Rick's daughter, Bella, has trisomy 18. My daughter, Rebecca, that died 9 years ago when we had her in Alma, had Prader-Willi syndrome. So we have a lot in common. We're both compassionate conservatives, and one of the reasons I believe in Rick so much is that God has blessed my wife and I with 10 children, including our 3 oldest children who are sons, all member of the Missouri Army National Guard. Our oldest son, Ben, just returned from Afghanistan about a year and a half ago with a Bronze Star. And I desperately want my boys to be able to stand with pride on January 20th of next year to salute a new Commander-in-Chief. And I believe that our present Commander-in-Chief has done a lot of things in terms of his grossly misguided policies that are very dangerous for not only our nation's national security, but dangerous for the world as well. And on the economic front, what he's done, I believe, is even more dangerous. To have run up the national debt by more than $5 trillion, to have proposed his latest budget just a week or two ago that would run up the debt another $10 trillion, and to have proposed budgets over the last 4 years that have ran up the budget deficit more than $6 trillion. It is not only unsustainable, but it puts our nation in a very precarious position. It's clear that our president does not believe in American exceptionalism and the historic greatness of America. But we've heard many times that this election is the most important election in our lifetime. But I believe as well that this election is about preserving and protecting the greatness and exceptionalism of America as we have known it. And on so many fronts, from social issues and having a traditional family value, pro-life conservative in the White House, to national security and supporting Israel. You'll remember that shortly after President Obama was elected, he did his little victory tour in early 2009 to the neighboring nations of Israel, but he shunned and bypassed Israel, and he's shown antagonism toward Israel ever since. And that's very dangerous. Rick Santorum will recognize as president the vital and strategic partnership and relationship we have in our friend and strategic ally in Israel, and be a strong supporter of them. On the economic front, Rick has introduced an economic plan, as many of you know, that would roll back the manufacturing rate, the tax rate for manufacturing to zero. It would roll back the corporate tax rate from 35 to 17%. He has committed that in each of the first 5 years that he is president, he would roll back the federal budget $1 trillion, $5 trillion over the next 5 years, and present to Congress a balanced budget. So there's a lot of things that need to be done, but I believe the most important thing that can be done is your support, and you getting out to the caucuses on the 17th of of next month to help us make sure that we get a man in the White House that reflects our conservative values, that reflects our commitment to faith, that reflects our commitment to national security, and is reflective of a commitment to job creation and economic restoration and solvency for our nation. This president we have now is truly driving our nation off of a cliff. And I believe Rick Santorum can reverse that quickly and get our nation back on track to continue to pursue the greatness and the exceptionalism that we have known, and to have a future of hope and opportunity to where we can say for our children and grandchildren, our best days are yet ahead. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for your consideration and support of my friend Rick Santorum. Thank you. God bless you.